If you are one of the daughters of the Sufi, who your father imparted those secrets to you, he gave you what you call earth rights. You qualified to agree to reverse this dirt they done to us. If let me see, you are a voodoo priestess, practitioner. That means if you do candle magic, water magic, if you do earth magic, if you do chaos magic, and you are a priestess, and you recognize yourself as such, you are qualified to agree to reverse the dirt. Most of what I'm about to show y'all, you're going to be surprised how much you already know. Now, before I get into it, I don't think linear logic, I think abstract. Because I think in abstract, right brain science, then in order for me to express the abstract idea of what I'm saying, it's going to come across as in linear logic as being false. The abstract to it is what I'm showing you may be one thing, or what I'm telling you may be another thing, but subconsciously you will know what I'm talking about, but consciously you might not. This is the already know part of the human. We already know. The only thing we have to do is try to remember. So I'm gonna do a couple more invites here. Then we're gonna, I'm gonna pull up this post, and then we're gonna get into the sacrifice of the goddess, the love goddess, and what the imagery is showing. I'm gonna tell y'all what all of it means, because if once you know what it means, you neutralizes the effect that it has on you. The fact that you know reduces its effectiveness drastically because you know. Your ignorance is the anchor that holds the conjures in place. Without your ignorance, then the conjure will melt in front of your face. So once you begin to realize what's taking place, so I posted a song called The Upside Down. It's a blues song. And another day I posted Welcome to the Upside Down, like a parody poem, but it was all true. So that was your Joaquin and Boaz flip, which is the two pillars. The two pillars is important because it's telling you where you at and what you are accomplishing and who you working with. So what the two pillars is really two people. When you talk about somebody being a pillar of society, this is what you're talking about, right? So I'm gonna ask y'all if y'all can to take a minute and share while we get ready to get into this. Y'all, I gotta go pull this this post up right quick, because it got some images in there that's critical part to what I'm talking about in this video. Okay, I don't see it there. And so, in order to get to the point where you qualify to express the conjure, you have to go through certain things first. You have to prove yourself to your team, basically, because we all come with a team. And before you take lead of the team, then the rest of the team has to test you and approve you. So we gotta all be able to work together. And anybody that don't want to work with the rest of the team, then they get shown an exit. Anybody that claim they're gonna do something or represent a position or a role on the team, and when you give them the responsibility, they don't follow through with it, they're not gonna be on the team. Okay, that's not what I'm looking for. And so, anyway, every one of us, from the lowest to the highest in skill set, had to show what we can do for the team. So that's what I've been doing in y'all face, behind y'all back, while y'all thinking I'm doing something else or talking about something else. I'm on a whole nother vibe and frequency. So I'm looking for this post right here. So I'm gonna flip the screen. Let me get this enlarged. Okay. So I'm gonna flip this. There we go. Okay, now right here in this one, this is what you're looking at. This is our crucified Venus. This was a nun many years ago, right? And you notice she don't have any feet, right? That's because they cut her feet off as a sign that she was sacrificed with children. You see all these skulls back here? Look how big her skull is. Now this is a woman, and look at the size of these skulls, and you will realize that these are children. She died protecting children is what this is telling you. So the sacrifice that was made and is for children. So who would sacrifice for children other than a mother? So I wish I could get this picture a little bigger. Okay, now if you look, you see a pillar here, and then you will see a pillar here. On this pillar, you see that there's what you call a crucifix, right? Now, let's talk about the crucifix right here. Up at the top should be a circle. And if you look, you will see the silhouette right in here of a circle. But it's missing. This was an ankh. They took the ankh down because the ankh is the symbol for resurrection. By putting the cross here, the crucifix, this is a downward pointing sword, right? This downward pointing sword is on this pillar, right? So now we're talking King Arthur's sword in the stone. The only way to take from here to go back to the ankh is to realize that we in an upside down, turned around reality. Now, we need each other to do that. Now, this lady who sacrificed for the children, if you notice, she's leaning, facing this crucifix. This is for a reason. She's facing this crucifix because there's no body here on this pillar. Just the sword in the ground. This is somebody that can redeem her if they can pull King Arthur's sword, the sword of destiny, to reveal the hidden ankh right here. To reveal the hidden ankh, which is the key to eternal life, right? And this key to eternal life would be at whoever this person is who recognizes this right hand, right? So the person will flip an ankh, and the person on their right hand will have made a sacrifice for the children. Now notice, 2 feet mean 5 toes on the right and 5 toes on the left. That's 10 toes down on the upright, but she's not on the ground. Okay, so now this becomes known collectively between these pillars, the shrine of the Black Madonna. The shrine of the Black Madonna. I'm going to say it again. This is the shrine of the Black Madonna. Now, the Black Madonna means black daughter. Or the Donna means young lady or young maiden. And Ma means mother, mama's daughter. So now, in order to free her, we have to find mama's pearl or mama's girl. Right? Now, this is going to give her hers back, but the only way she can get this left foot is it has to be his right foot. Because this is a woman, you see the bikini. Because this is a woman, this pillar has to be a man. This is Joaquin. But when you look at it in reverse, it would be Boaz. This one over here is actually Boaz, which they call the Hayoka or sacred clown, the Joker. The Joker uses trickery in order to alert the no-nonsense straight bump. He no nonsense, right? When he used the trickery, then the straight bump, that is the sword of destiny, begins to pivot, right? So this is called oscillation on the pillar. So now you are doing what you call resurrecting this Christ, KRST, which means anointed one. He has to be anointed in order to be the sword of destiny, King Arthur's sword. This is not the Excalibur. The sword of destiny is also called the Holy Grail, right? So now, once we notice, we just pulled the veil. This is called the renting of the veil of Isis, who is in the sacred shrine of the Black Madonna. This is somebody who made a sacrifice off of his right hand by bumping him left to awaken him to a resurrection, because only he can see the Ankh right here. This is the solar disk, right? The solar disk is a dual term. It means the disk of the sun, but it's also the disk of the soul. The disk of the soul is what you call your heart center. Notice how close her head is to his solar plexus. And she laid upon his breast, if you remember the story. And she wept. And she laid upon his breast and she wept. You got to remember this. We all went through this in Sunday school, in Juma lessons, in Shabbat, and all of these different religions. It's all in it, all of them. There's not one that's excluded that's hitting it from a different angle. Every time it comes from a different angle, you enact a different angel. Right? Now, just so y'all know, this is a grand total in this one chamber of 144,000 slaughtered children in this one. They had to slaughter 144,000 who was without sin in order to make the blood conjure begin to rock you asleep. The blood conjure keeps the earth seeds asleep. They can't break free from it without help from their elders. The knockaround game. Okay, now, so now to show both hands, they have to show each other their hands before they take this drastic move. This is what they call the nailing of the hands to the cross, right? And the stigmata will reflect that. Well, in this case, it would be carpal tunnel, as you say in the post. All right, now, this information is important for y'all to share. So while y'all listening, y'all need to be sharing to y'all groups and whatnot, because this is breaking free from the spell on all of us. The whole divide and conquer is predicated up on this shrine. All right, now, the post is set up with a couple more images. See that owl? Because the feet of the owl is the symbol that was given from Ishtar, or what you call her, Inanna. Inanna was the one that the Babylonians equivalent to Isis. She was a Sybil priestess. All right, now this right here, now you see what it say? The Black Dragon Society, also known as Green Dragon Society, a Japanese ultra-nationalist IC society base of Japanese society. This is your rising sun. This is the dragon in the east meets the dragon from the west. All right. All of this is in y'all teachings, but y'all been taught in a way to confuse you to what's taking place. So the great red dragon rise up, what you call Nibiru, will come across the skies, and these the dragon clans. It's 4 dragon clans in Asia. And the great emperor of the golden dragon clan, or Anu's dragon clan, the exalted clan, the great Anu, or the great exalted one, the golden dragon, has left instructions that if we can find this image I just showed you and restore the feet to free her from her bondage, we work on what we call the Sybil effect in reverse. We using what you call holographic or hologrammic coding of life's reality matrix. By enough of the sisters understanding what took place, they can agree to reverse it. Right? Okay, now, as we go through, you see this one. These are rib cages, but there are also X's. There's 3 X's on both sides, right? But in there, if you look, you see that there's a woman in there, and she's in prison. Now remember where her head was. She's in prison in the solar plexus. Now look. She's in prison by conjure magic. Right here is showing you. This is all telling you that she's in prison by the conjure magic. And somebody's solar plexus has to ignite in order to free her. This is what this, all of the X's, the 3 X's on the left is a father line. 3 X's on the right is a father line, which is a mother's father line and a father's father line. So a brother of the mother line and a brother from a father line have to agree to set her free. Now they're going to use what we call a 2-ball cane, which is a back and forth knockback until they get where she is identified clearly through what we call the cleaning of the mirror, or the wiping of the mirror, or the sacred mirror, what we call the black mirror, where you can see through the noon, N-U-N. This is why the nuns wear black, but it's not nun, it's noon. And it is the primordial abyss of the dark chaos, which forms in your brain by the activated carbon of melanin. Now, this is a psychic sensibility because melanin can think by itself and is everywhere at the same time as dark matter. Once you can see through the darkness of the carbon, the 666, the great beast, that which gives you the Lucifer vision, the illumination, right? So this is busting they motherfucking shit in the head. Now, to free her, this already had to have taken place before we restore where her feet is, which is already taking place. I'm not going to go in detail as I could because this is already advanced conjure and science. Okay, now, you see here on the crucifix is a woman. Now you see right here on her left is the aunt, right? But now notice that she is a sister, which means that she is direct descent of this right here, the great mother watching over her from the 13th seat of the zodiac. Now I'm gonna flip this. Now if you look, this is the 13th seat of the zodiac, dead center on the conjure, right? So this is Tawaret, the great mother, or what we would call in our communities of the indigenous people of the earth, right? This Big Mama, right here. This is Big Mama, and don't nothing move on the final move until Big Mama say it's okay. Good, bad, or indifferent, she don't care. And she's always going to cater to her daughter, which is called Virgo. Wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. Where's she at? There she go. Virgo, right? Now this Virgo right here has Libra between her counterpart Scorpio. Virgo, Scorpio, Libra means that this injustice, now you look at the symbol in here because it's important, because it's an ankh broken in two parts. When you take this long staff right here and flip it, it forms under the bottom and make the ankh. Now remember, we was looking for the ankh, right? Now, even if you look a little closer, you can see a baby face right here, right? So it's telling you that the key to eternal life is the rebirth through your seed, your child, your offspring, right? The injustice, the broken ankh, is between Virgo and Scorpio and Virgo, the man and the woman. You see this right here, this infinity loop on Virgo? That's because this is the deception. This is the